Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. I'm Cheyne from the Wisdom Seeker Society, and Michael Magrutsche joining us from the Black Dot Cafe in
The
Laguna Beach.
Black Dot, the famous Black Dot Cafe in
Famous
Laguna
Black
Beach.
Dot. Is the sun shining in LA this morning?
Yes, yes, very. But it's gonna come a rain in a weekend,
Okay, but
supposedly.
you have blue skies. I haven't seen
A
blue
blue sky,
skies
yeah,
in
for 2
months.
months.
Months, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But choices.
But
I
soon
suppose.
you will
Soon it is 28
back
steps
home.
until I will be on a plane home to the sunshine and the African soil. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yes. So, Michael, there's a lot going on in the world. The planets are actually aligned for these most of this year, they're moving in and out of alignment. Six of them at least on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then Mercury's kind of joining them on Saturday. That's big. The sun was in conjuncting the Pluto. No, am I right now? Yes, Sun and Pluto was on the inauguration day on Monday. Was it that you have
You
now got?
know, new, right? Pluto is
Yeah,
always new. Yeah. So,
yeah. Pluto is death and rebirth. So it's
yeah,
both the dying and the
yeah.
coming back. But it's partly that breaking down, the disruption, the
Yeah.
all of
But
those things.
you know what I love?
Mm,
It's not about Trump or anybody because I'm not political,
mm,
but the system. We always talk about system updating, right?
mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we can't do this. The system always says it can't do this,
Yeah.
and then Trump comes and exits the WHO, exits the French climate change
Mm,
in one day. He's doing this in 1 or 2 days. He just can't. And then, oh, it's not possible. So everybody, do you see? There's something in this.
mm,
We are so fear driven for change. We are so much system centrically, system relevantly conditioned in scarcity. It's never enough, no matter what, which we
mm,
said.
yeah.
And this is the proof that if somebody has guts, you can change everything. Nothing happens. The
Mm,
people will just align and become aware and go on. But
mm,
the fear is connected with the money. But the money is the most beautiful thing there is, because we actually can dance with money. We can exchange our contribution to humanity, right, and get
mm.
paid for it instead of just exchanging products.
Well,
Oh, I
that's
have
a
CDs and you have
transactional
CDs.
space. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but now I want to, because this is
go,
a
go.
sensitive point in our house at the moment. Between
What
my husband and I, we have very opposing views on this, and you know, I
about
see
what?
what about change, about Trump specifically, and the change that he's bringing. I think it's brilliant that leaving these systems, but then there's other bits that really bug me around the human-centered bit. About, I don't know if you've seen about this bishop that addressed him in the sermon,
No,
and
no,
asked him.
I don't watch. You know
Yeah,
that I don't watch politics.
well, I see all these little things that
Yeah,
filter through at some point, and I really found it so human centric the way that she addressed him and said to him, "Would you please have mercy on these people that are scared, for
yeah,
different reasons?" And it was beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah,
Like, how do we nurture that bit? Because there's a lot of fear. I mean, I don't know how many million people are in the US. Um,
300, 300,
okay.
300,
So
yeah,
there's
300 million. Yeah, 400
seven,
million.
well, a lot of those people thought that this was going to be the way that they can move forward by voting for Trump. But a lot of the other people are really, really scared. So there's this space of
What is underneath,
yeah.
Michelle? What is underneath? We talked about this about Hitler, right?
Mm,
It wasn't Hitler that was the person thing. Our fears could manifest, our beliefs could manifest in the person of Hitler. And then Hitler obviously took it. He didn't have to, but he took it, and he expanded. And this is very similar. And it's not because of, I don't say
Okay.
he's Hitler or whatever. I'm saying the manifestation what humanity. Trump is a Biden was a manifestation what humans wanted. Trump is now a manifestation with human. Yeah, no, unconsciously, I'm not consciously. Yeah, they say, oh, perhaps we should be leftist, we should be social. That's saving us. So the humans go. It's not binary. One person can be saved by capitalism. The other one can be by socialism. The other one can be saved by that system. It's not about the system. It's about the humans. And the humans cannot be generalized. When people say, okay, now we generalize, they had so much fear. Also, this was typical fear before Trump because of the change. Because they said, let's just survive. Let's just survive. Let's hold on. Let's hold on to Biden. And it was so blinding. It was so blinding that everybody in the world, the top predictors, everybody said, no, Trump is never. He's a big thing. He's horrible. He's this. And I bet he would have been, even if we would have seen him kill somebody, people would have voted for him because it doesn't matter. People, all the system relevant, and it's hard for me to say, but it is. I think all the system relevant things, people still vote for it. You see it in fame. Fame is much better than politics. So we see in fame, people can do. They see, this person is famous, and he's attacked right away. Look at Elon Musk. He's doing the solution, which is so degrading to Elon. First of all, the idiocy to focus on one person, 8 billion people. Nobody else has value. Nobody else has your value. And then to sacrifice him and try to be, because you are so irrelevant that you have to point that out. I never have to point anybody out because it's just it just is what is it.
I mean, why though? Why ascribe these meanings to things that people do just to put them in a bad light? And this isn't just Elon Musk.
To be relevant, because
But it's
what
not
happened?
relevant. It's because of the audience, because the audience wants the drama. And if you create the drama,
because you feel better if somebody does something that's a trick. So if I tell you how better everybody else is, which is really pulling you down. If I say how everybody else is, but I at least have something to eat, that's not going to pull you up. This is going to pull you down. Because it's like you just have enough to survive. You just survive. And it makes you happy to get your scarcity to say, at least I survive. That's the whole thing. Why do you want it not
but
change?
I don't want to just survive. No one wants to just survive. We want to be creative creatures. And through that scarcity, through that survival mindset,
never enough, no matter what we do.
Yeah.
I keep telling. So there's the millionaire, the Austrian millionaire that gave up all her thing, and she's for taxing the rich people. I said, taxing is secondary. You have to make people first aware. If you tax all the rich people right now, nothing is going to change. Nothing. The people think this. You have to make people aware, so that people before that it's never enough. That actually the rich people have more fear than you and I, because we know there's not. We have enough. We always have enough.
Yeah.
But these people, they have a position. They have a social position. They have they're in the billionaires club. They have access, and they are more afraid than any beggar that they're not surviving. And that's why that's
not a good or a bad thing either.
But they're not aware. They're not aware, Michelle. And that's why they say, okay, and the alternative is it's never enough. There's no alternative, but there is one thing to do: cut costs. So they gonna cut costs, make food worse. They mistreat animals. They do all this stuff because at least they survive and they have income. And they actually fight with each other because the industry, it can be both. It could be, let's say, you and I are not for this, but it could be both. It could be meat packing industry, the meat industry, and the global farmers. But the problem is the meat industry competes with the local farmers. The competitive, either me or you. There's place for everything.
Well,
There's
this is
place for everything.
capitalism, though, isn't it? Like
What?
I can't be doing well if you're doing well. Like there has to be a win or lose.
In the system, we do. In the
Yeah.
system, we do. Yeah, but this is ridiculous. You and I know that.
It's a broken system. So,
It's outdated. It's outdated because it still holds on. It's never enough, no matter what. It's outdated.
But it's outdated by definition. So whenever a system is created, it's outdated.
Outdated, exactly. Exactly.
But it's also broken. Like it's not working. It's not even working
because it's not a life system. A life system would always adapt to the human consciousness, which it did in the past. In the first systems, it was so simple. There was nothing intricate about it. So they could actually be more live. They could more adapt to what is. Now nobody adapts to what is. It's just, this is beautiful. It's a Band-Aid. You know, what we do is there's a Band-Aid, and then there's another Band-Aid, and there's another Band-Aid. And then we rip open or something and put another Band-Aid. But it's never the cause. It's never gone.
But no one's putting honey on the sore, you know. No one is
exactly. Yes. Yeah. Nobody looks at the, and this is one human trait that we should be very aware of. That nothing is fixed with a Band-Aid. What is the cause? The awareness. What caused this? You know, versus to say it's either Democrat or Republican. This is
but
it's not either or.
No.
What's
but
underneath
it's none
both?
of those. Like those.
What is underneath both?
Yeah.
What is underneath both?
Yeah.
And what is thing? I'm gonna. There's something somebody said in German today. It's a party for a party for humanity. Something like that in that context is the new party that we're supposed. And I was putting it to, you're me. I pull everything together. So I thought, is this change that Trump absolutely embodies? People want change. Let's see, Obama said change, and I said, where to? Remember, that was the big thing. And,
he was.
And it's not what you say; it's what you do.
So, yeah.
Leadership is what you do, not what you say.
But it's also how you make people feel. So if you make a big group of people scared for their lives, then surely there's a problem.
We collectively created that because I felt most people were very happy with the change campaign of Obama because it didn't threaten them. Change to where? I don't know, but change is good, blah, blah, blah. That was very intangible. Now the person is doing it, and when you do things, you actually lead, you do stuff, then stuff changes, and now obviously that is first reaction is fear. But on the other hand, I see everyone in the way. Remember, he's never going to win. He's never going to be successful. He's never going to do this. And now everybody falls into place. Because we humans always fall into place. Everybody says, in Germany, there's a podcast, he's the savior of the world. He's not. We are saving the world. He's just personifying the change that we are ready to do. See, it's not him. It's not. If you put it him, you just disqualify yourself. You are a part. Every human being is a part of Trump, and they don't want to believe it. Everybody wants to change, and he's the one that can manifest the change. Actually, in our experience, I'm not saying that it has nothing to do with him, Michaell.
He
and he's not perfect, by the way, either.
Like, he's nowhere close to perfect. I mean, he personifies the toxic masculine, though. Control, authority.
That needs to come out.
Fear,
that need to come out, and we need to let go.
But we can't let go of people being different, because people are different. People are. Speak Spanish and are Mexican and are gay or not gay, or
who cares?
No one cares, but he does. He is saying that we should all be a certain way. women don't have the right to make their own choices over their bodies. All those
that's
aspects. It's big stuff.
that's not. It's not decided yet. Okay, so he has the freedom still. That's. I'm not defending him. I'm saying, don't see it as either or. If
No,
it's
I
not
hear you.
this, then it's, you know what I mean. It's not the other.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
something new. We need to get something new. We're not just saying, oh, let's get out of this and become America, it was like in the 60s. We don't want that. We want.
Well, you can't have that. That doesn't
Now
exist.
you can't. Yeah, you can't go back and create the past. The past is written.
No.
So, so what we can only create the new, and I hope that every human being is involved in that and not trusting, say, oh, Trump is going to fix it. Because this is like, if you are a Trumper and say Trump is going to fix it, you're actually against Trump because he can't fix it. Nobody can fix it. We collectively need to come back to humanity and saying human is more important than systems. And it's the human. Is this the beginning for a new party, neither Republican nor Democrat, that we all create a new party that is the human-centric party?
Well, that's breaking the system down because you live in a two-party system.
It's transforming the system because
the
Republicans are not done because he went out of WHO. The Republicans are not done. It's transforming the stuff because.
But the WHO is a broken system. You know, it's not. It's driven by the Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates Fund, and it's driven by money, and it's got nothing to do with health. So
fear driven. It's a fear driven because when you say,
I saw was that he left that. Like I was so impressed. So I want to hold on to that. But then I watch his reaction to. And I'm also very consciously aware of the role of the media, who is creating personas around Elon Musk and Trump.
They're paid. Whoever pays them more, that's what they do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, media is dependent on politics. I told you that. We talked about this. It's dependent on politics. See, I don't want to even point out people. I hate to even say Trump or Biden or this, whatever, because it's more the awareness behind it, you know. And nobody's perfect, and I think it's really dangerous to say Elon Musk is the best, Trump is the best. We are all the best. He's just a manifestation of all ourselves. And I see it totally. I have never seen it before. I see it more and more that we all create that. It's just, how can you be, if you intend to be Hitler, how can you be Hitler? Copy it, make it, try it.
Yeah.
There's no way. If the humanity doesn't want a Hitler, there is no Hitler. If humanity doesn't want a thing, there is no. You can't manipulate because then you believe in the manipulation. You can't manipulate people that way anymore.
People, when they are living in fear, in survival, then they fall back into control. So now I want everyone that's like me. So if you know, people of other skin colors or other races or other genders or other beliefs, they can't be good anymore because I am the one that's right. I need to hold on to the us and them version of reality because there I am safe. I mean, this is all a fallacy, but this is the nature of.
But fear is never safe. You know that. Any fear decision is never, and the fear decision is. A fear decision is also to get out of the W. There's no right or wrong. This is a fear decision. The fear decision is, he says, what is the first words he said? There's another $1 trillion we save. Because there's no money. Remember? And we're going to go rip off all the Band-Aids and come to the cause. It's never, I keep saying this over for the last 5 years. The financial principles need to be updated because in systems you have right, wrong, good, bad, false, and whatever, it's binary. You have to have an opposite to it's never enough no matter what. You cannot make a lack a goal, because its balance is nature, not positive or negative. And that's why it's good to have positive and negative. It's good to have that, because you see both. If you don't see both and you see only negative or positive, you get lost.
But do we ever see it for what it is, though? Or all of it is a judgment. All of it is, now he did something good. No, that's bad. This is good. This is bad. This is. But where
But
do
you and I
we
don't.
feel safe? Where do
You and
we
I,
feel seen as part of this world we live in? Because I still disagree with you that systems are broken. I just really, and this is
no, all
why
systems are
these need
broken,
to be go.
Michelle.
Yeah.
All systems are outdated, broken / outdated, right?
Yeah.
The broken systems, there might not be any help to update them, because they're irrelevant, because you don't need the horse buggy system anymore. There's no horse and buggies anymore. So eliminate. There's no laws that are not, what to do with your horse when you are in whatever. These laws need to be eliminated. They can be in the history books. It needs to be simplified and to be more effective, because nature doesn't. It just, you get what you learn from it and move on and be sustainable. And it's not that.
But so is the education system. So is the healthcare system. So
The
is
education system. But my white paper, I'm almost done with the white paper on the education system, which is the base. It's all ripped, all the thing, and says, and I said, if we don't answer, we will never change the education system. If we don't answer the question that you and I keep asking, what is supposed to be education in 2025, where there is not boys that get conditioned in 1845 for the Persian army, if they're good soldier, if they're good grave digger, if they're good bombardier. When there is co-ed, where there's not only boys, when there's co-ed thing, when there are computers that help your individuality to express yourself more, and when there's AI and internet and AI. So what do we want? Also, there's a little appendix on this. We know that technology is fast in change. So if I'm learning today to be a carpenter, and the AI machines that do whatever I want in wood, I just put in a 3D thing and it makes, And if I do that, what are we going to do? Why am I going to be a carpenter when, in our short lives, what has changed? What was the job? We don't need the baby boomers have no jobs, because these are irrelevant jobs. And the youngest, they have to be computer savvy to even do anything. So what do we have to learn? What is the education requirement today? And it's not even how to deal with the computer, which I think should be, because most people don't know how to deal with any computer. I don't. I get stuck all the time. You get stuck. With the freaking iPhone, you get stuck. Why is that not taught? So we are really good with iPhone, computer. We are really good in how to live, to get wisdom of, hey, we're one-on-one. We are not just something that is AI made and all this stuff,
Well, let's maybe not go to education too much, but we do need those carpenters. We need people to live.
Understand? I'm not saying no,
but
we
I'm
don't.
watching my daughter go through this level of boredom and frustration and having to be in an institutional space which isn't feeding her with any newness, with any even knowledge. Knowledge is cheap, as we said earlier. Knowledge expires, it has an expiration date.
Yeah.
But she has lost her desire to learn, because it's outdated. Like this, now they have a computer class, they have a marketing class, or they have a business studied.
For what? I'm always saying,
But it's
see,
old news. It's
but it
based
also,
on textbooks.
yeah, and also it's also minute. It's minute. Now really, since you tell me that, I get more spirit to finish that white paper, because
Yeah.
she will understand. Education isn't. See, that's another. That's exactly perfect for us. The education thing is that the knowledge isn't worth anything anymore.
Yeah.
So the knowledge is what's worth is awareness. We have, and this was what I recently really got aware of, and I think we have talked about it, that we have put everything into systems, and we developed systems and put band-aids on it and whatever, and made this and this, make the systems big and powerful, but we didn't do anything on human consciousness. We didn't develop as in evolution as human beings. We looked at the evolution of technology. So there is Kurzweil and all these people say technology is 300 or 400 times more developed than our human consciousness, because we didn't focus all our time and space that we do here, like your daughter is conditioned, we put into technology and systems, even though they are outdated, because consciousness is considered, and we get lost. We get lost in that. And now, and this is the proof, I'm proving it to you. AI, see, a knife doesn't tell you if you need to cut or if it kills somebody or it threatens a person. Or does some weird things with knives,
Yeah.
You decide. Humans, you created the knife, you invented the knife, you are in charge of the knife. When you put everything in the knife, we would have knives where we would say, oh my God, they're so big. We would so be unconscious and dumb that we said we are too dumb we made our technology too smart for us. And now we get, there's always a balance. Nature doesn't let you go forever. And now we say, oh my God, it could kill us. Oh, we are out of control. You should always be in control of your tool. Control is not good, but of your tool you should be, because that's what if I create a paintbrush, I need to be in control of that paintbrush. It doesn't matter if I'm handicapped or not, because there's kids that are in control with paintbrushes, they paint with their toes. But you're not. We are so unconscious. That's why awareness, that's why you and I pray that people get a little inkling of this. Because just watching our thing, you get aware. In your own, we're not telling you anything. This is the beautiful thing. We don't have to tell people knowledge. We don't have to give them things. We make you aware so that your one-on-ones can actually take it, and we trust that you will do the right thing. We're not saying no education. We say update education,
Well, experience, teach.
Bring experience in.
Let's
Animal.
experience the world.
Animal, right?
live
What I
in
say.
it. Yeah.
Have the awareness class, have the theater where you pretend life, have the game of the sports. We have put it all together.
But we have to, and I feel this is a big theme maybe in the next 2 years or so, is that we're going to have to choose humanity. We have to choose to be human and not
Exactly.
to be driven
Be
by
system relevant.
systems.
System relevant is only when you're in that environment that you can actually play in that game, but it doesn't have anything to. And we talked about this. We are enough by nature from birth to death. But in systems, we cannot. If I'm a goldsmith and I have no idea about goldsmiths, I'm not good enough to be a goldsmith. In the system, I can be a gold artist where it doesn't matter what I do with gold. But if I'm a goldsmith, that's defined the system definition. I have to learn a trade, a craft, to actually execute. And I can be good enough, and other will be better. There might be better things that set the stone in the gold, and other people that are better to smelt the gold. It's just, it has so many nuances in there. But there I can be good enough. So I can be good enough to just, okay, I make a couple of jewels and I can sell it.
Yeah.
In life, you are always enough. We are all perfect. We are all
because
we
our task is to be us.
Yeah.
That is our only task, is to be.
Exactly. That's the only thing. That's why we have free will. To only choose us. To be the one-on-one that nature made us, and to find that one-on-one and expand that one-on-one so we can contribute to the whole, which is the one, the capital One, right? And so it's so simple. It's not complicated. It's like, we're not talking, oh, this is deep. I can't stand when people say it's deep. No, it's just my life perspective and your life perspective.
Yeah.
There's nothing deep. And we have no education. I have no education. I have 6 years of education. By the way, it's so funny. They say now the average education in America is 6 grades. I fit perfectly in. See, I thought I was so bad because everybody had a 9. I'm perfect.
But you're not average. That's for sure, Michaell. You definitely
because I'm, but you are not either. I never known a person that's average. I've met people that try to be average.
Yeah.
That try to that deny their uniqueness.
Yeah. And
try to fit in. But I embrace the uniqueness of humans. I embrace that everybody is one-on-one. Life would be so boring, and it is. It is. Your daughter is, when they condition you to the thing. Your daughter is this. Yeah,
and my son in a different way, and my husband, even though I fight with him, and everybody that we encounter along the way, and this is part of why I feel like these delicate dialogues, these ways of understanding each other, is such a elemental way of being human, because we are so unique in our contexts, in our filters as to what we.
That's why podcasting is one of the gifts of God, literally, because we can actually express our particular human experience, life experience, and it helps everyone because it's not about right or wrong. It's not systemically. It's not about, oh, sorry, we talked about 20 minutes too much. We need to stop.
Yeah.
If we talk 50 minutes and it keeps going, we talk, and we talk 20 minutes or whatever. There is no control from outside. When humans get together, they need to be free of time. They need to be free of context. They need to just let it happen. And we never have a context. I didn't know we were talking about politics at all.
No.
But a human-centric politics, which is totally different. And we are not saying there shouldn't be politics, but it needs to be human-centrically.
Well, humans create, in our engagements with each other, we call that politics.
And why?
And this show that's being put up for us is
exactly.
a different version of that. It's not real, though. It's choreographed by media and fear and survival and all of that stuff.
It became that. It could be, oh, let me go to the mayor, Michaell. Michaell, hey, do you know that this, I see always cars that almost getting killed, and I just tell you, and you just take care of it. This is the difference of politics, the local politics. See, anytime you generalize, you get bigger. When you scale, you have to sometimes go and cut costs. It doesn't matter if you're Trump, Biden. It doesn't matter who you are. You have to cut costs because there is no alternative.
Yeah, and that cuts that human connection off most of the time.
Yeah, because what made you famous, now you castrate neuter. The thing that made you, let's say we create a car company, it's really good and everybody loves our car. Now we have to cut costs. The car is getting worse. The service is getting worse. Everything is getting worse. You cannot create, you have to have the opposite. It's never enough. We have to have the awareness and say, what is an opposite of it's enough. Then there wouldn't be thing of general income. There wouldn't be these questions, because the questions are on how can you do in a financial principle way perspective create a universal income. How can you do that when it's never enough? That doesn't work. The universal income is a reflection of we have enough, it is enough, and nobody ever proves to me that we don't have enough. Everybody just says, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and we have enough. You know, with my home stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I heard of a person says, go in New York at night. There is on these multi-billion-dollar buildings, there's 2 lights on. Right? Is everybody going out eating at night? You know, there's 500, I think, because it's used for manipulation. It's the commoditization of workspace, of living. See, the money gets always bigger the more it's essential to your life. And we said, we have talked about this. We need water, we need air first, water second, sleep third, and then food. So a roof over your head that you can sleep and be safe to sleep is number 3. When that is taken away, mental health problems all over, all this stuff is gonna go all over.
Yeah.
This is,
and as we've said before as well, it's not always because of you. It's not that something that, you know, these fires
life
in
happens.
LA is
Yeah.
showing us that as well. You know, it's external forces most of the time, but when it happens, like what's happened with you around you,
Yeah.
it
You
becomes
can say it's 6 months homeless.
6 months
You know?
homeless. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it creates a.
I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, it's all great. Be happy, have things. Yeah. No. I've
it's
nine
really
people
hard.
working for me in California. That is the 5th richest economy in the world.
Yeah.
If you don't think that is affecting you, no, it's, and also there's in California. I heard there's $24 billion spent on homelessness. Where is it? I mean, Elon Musk can live in a $55,000 home. Where is it's a manipulation. It's a manipulation,
People are
and
sleeping on
it's
the street. You know, people
yeah.
are.
And then
enslaved.
shame him. I was the same. I thought these are losers. That I was the same till it just happened to me. I was not. I mean, I've never had looked for anything, and boom, and I haven't even seen in 6 months. I haven't even seen a room or anything. All I need is a room. I haven't even seen that.
And you've used the system, and you've been in the system, and you've talked.
And I'm thinking, I
people.
do
I mean,
podcasts every day. I write articles. I contribute. But the lie is, if somebody is system relevant, he must have money. That's why everybody goes in the system. Has nothing to do. You can be super system relevant. Look, I worked with Robert Evans, who did The Godfather. I co-produced with him. I was the Arts Commissioner of Newport Beach, one of the richest today. It has nothing. And by the way, Arts Commissioner was partwise on food stamps. So that's, you know, this is my, you know, it's my issue, the money, because there was a sick child and all this stuff came in. But I always contribute. I never not contribute. And I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm not a victim. I'm just saying I thought it was me. And that made me really paralyzed. It just is. Life just is. But we have to tell each other the truth and make each other aware. And that is the solution. The solution is awareness. Because when you know it's not you, if you're pregnant, what can you do? You are pregnant. You have to carry the child. You know, you can just say, "Oh, I should." You know, I mean, yeah, you can abort. But I'm saying,
yeah,
you go through the process. It's not always happy. Life isn't
no,
always.
but this is life, though, and this is a conversation I've been having with someone recently as well, as to no one's got it figured out to a point where it's only happy rainbows and sunshine and stuff. We have shadows because we can't have light, you know, if we don't have shadows.
No.
And we have to work. I mean, this is the whole point of having this human experience. Is to be us. and to
And
work through our shadows, with our
and
shadows. It's part of
I
us.
was never as thankful for money, what money showed me, because I always heard, money is the greatest flag for something,
Mm.
and money is my lack of money, which I don't even have enough to survive. As long as I'm surviving, I'm okay. I'm so thankful about it because what it had taught me, the lack of money has taught me.
Mm.
It's just amazing. I would have never looked. Look, if I had enough money, do you think I would have looked? This is the
Yeah.
thing of the rich people. You don't look at the right thing if you have enough money, right?
Yeah,
You,
exactly.
you, if you have abundant money, but because once you're aware, it's never going away. So once you're aware, but knowledge gets old tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, not knowledge has got a time frame, so it changes. This is the whole point of science and all of
Yeah.
this. And I didn't see John has joined us, and he was also sending us some comments in the thing, and you know he lives in that science world, and I have long conversations with him as well as to these things. Oh, now I've lost Michael. um, these things do get updated, and thanks John for joining. Let me see, Michael is back.
Yeah.
There
It
we
was.
go. There we go. I lost you.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so I mean, this is John saying, yeah, we're not the last link in evolution. Perhaps we're simply a link to inaugurate AI. Well, John, I don't know about that. I mean, we
AI is
are,
our product. Who created AI?
yeah,
AI
it
didn't
seems to
create
be the
us.
product of someone else's creation as well, So, I mean, we are not just human bodies. We're not just human.
No, we're spirits in that physical
Yeah,
incarnation to actually become wiser.
yeah,
Yeah, to have that experience.
yeah,
Because that when you're a spirit alone, this you want to be really conscious. That's awareness. You gotta be aware. You
yeah,
gotta, so you gotta
exactly.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And I'm happy as a clam. 6 months homeless, I'm happy as a clam. I've never grown so much. You take
Mm,
it, you take life,
mm.
and you're not blaming or anything. I don't like the ever. I never liked that. That was in
Well,
my
it's that
personality.
triangle, isn't it? That victim, rescuer triangle.
Yeah,
That's also part of that. I'm not enough.
yeah,
But
yeah.
to
You are
really,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah, it's. But I mixed. My mistake was I mixed. I am good enough
mm,
and enough. Everybody's enough. In
yeah,
systems, you can be good enough or bad, not enough. In
yeah,
systems, but that is not humanity. Since humanity created systems, if no human exists, the systems are irrelevant. I
yeah.
think that's a beautiful, beautiful end.
It is. That is a beautiful end. Systems are irrelevant.
Yeah. Or without humans.
Yeah,
Yeah. Humans need systems because they facilitate our existence. But if
but
we
it's
can,
not
if
us.
all the systems, yeah, if all the
Yeah,
systems are gone, they're gone. We
and we
build new ones,
carry
and
on.
we build fresher ones, more life.
Exactly, exactly. Michael, thank you so much. That was a
Oh,
brilliant
yeah, we
conversation.
were longer because we
Yeah.
didn't talk for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Well, yeah,
That's
exactly.
why. If we don't
Um,
get on every week, we're getting
yeah.
crazy.
Well, we did. We spoke last week Monday, but it's almost like a week and a half, so it is a
Yeah.
bit long. And we
Do
will
we
be
have
back
still
on
something?
Monday.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah. We'll be back on Monday. Thanks for joining us, John.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
follow us as we followed apes. Hmm, I don't know. I'm gonna have to speak to John a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. He needs to
I'm
pull
gonna
out
have
of the
to
system. He's too much in the system's relevance. He's
yeah.
good. He's good. I like.
Thank you.
I love that. I love what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's always going to
That's
throw
his
a
uniqueness.
spanner in the wheels.
That's his uniqueness.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
no right or wrong.
No. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for
Thank you.
joining us. Thanks for joining me, Michael. And we